paperback. Hi, vintage paperback and collectible paperback fans. This is the third installment of third episode of our video. Today we have some information about my magazine Paperback Parade, which is number 104, which just came out. And the reason why I'm showing this for a third time is actually because we have something that deals with this issue right now. Actually, right here in this very mysterious box. I wonder what could be in it. I don't know. It's a strange little box. Who knows what could be in it? You know, when you're dealing with vintage paperbacks and collectible paperbacks, it could be anything, because the hobby is so spectacular. There's so many cool and interesting things. You never know what you're going to find inside, and when you're searching and digging around. So I'm just going to open this up and see what's inside, and what's inside is Mighty Midgets. Mighty Midgets, yes. These are so cool. Thing with these is, there's an article in Paperback Parade on them, which I wrote, but I want to talk to you about them and show you some of them myself. Mighty Midgets is a series of about 60 little paperbacks, 2 by 3 inch size, 32 pages. They sold for 3 pence in Woolworths. Woolworths was a British retailer, and they had a store in London for like 99 years. And during the war, World War II, 1939, when the Blitz was on, Woolworths, in an effort to help the war effort and to the British fighting the Nazis and the Luftwaffe, which was bombing London and other parts of England at the time, gave out these books to children to help them kind of keep their mind off of the bombs going off overhead. A lot of kids were hiding out, families were hiding out in the underground, which is the London subway and other church basements and places. So Woolworths decided to publish these books, these little books, and they I'm just going to put them out here so you can see some of the titles while I'm talking. So they published them, and they gave them out free to the kids. And basically they had one series, the first series, and then later on in the 50s and 60s, other series. But this is the first series, which we're talking about now, which came out from 1939 to around 1950 or so. Thing is, they published, you see Runaway Robot, which is a science fictional type of story. You see all different kinds of, different stories. They were numbered at the top. Each one had a number. They had really cool artwork. They had 4 black and white drawings in each issue. You had all kinds of genres. You had car fighting, car crashes. There's one about tanks, and this is called Tanks a Lot, which is like a cool kind of cover and title. The Dog Shall Die is like an Indian adventure, and another one with the Khyber Justice. They also had half the books in the series were fantasy books that were geared mostly to young girls and stuff. But these here were the ones that I collect mostly, are the ones that were geared to young boys that were action and adventure. So Khyber Justice, the Giant Lion in the Cage. Here's a Formula XB1. This is Command Leader, another wartime one. So this is like really cool series. I don't have them all. There's about 60 of them. I have about 30. There was an Indian one, and then there's like different ones that dealt specifically with the war, like the Secret Bomber and Spitfire Sabotage. You can see that a British Spitfire plane is shooting down a German Luftwaffe, probably a Stuttgart dive bomber or a fighter plane. So the kids were reading these. Sky Pirate, really cool, great artwork. Captured by a U-boat. U-boats were a threat at the time of the war. So this is like 1939, 1940 during the Battle of Britain. These books were given out free by Woolworths. Then they had Sinbad the Sailor, Pied Piper of Hamelin, more traditional fantasy and books that for children. This is Revenge of the Fjord, which was a story about Norway, the resistance fighters in Norway. And then you have Jack the Giant Killer, the big blow up. Then you have Sleeping Beauty, which is a more traditional fantasy or fairy tale, actually. These fairy tales were for the young girls, basically. And you have Missing Death by Inches. It's like a tough guy on a ship, story. Magic Carpet, another fantasy, almost like a Heed cover, Heed-esque in a way. Terror in the Stratosphere, which is another science fictional one. So these are really cool books, and it's a nice series to collect if you can find them. They're kind of hard to find, but they're worth digging around for and looking for. Just wanted to get you into knowing about these really cool Mighty Midget series. They're fun and they're tough to find, but at least you can see a lot of them now and can enjoy them. I really like the aviation ones. I mean, they're so cool, and there's so many like great cover art on them. So they had also they had ads on the back, which were for British companies. The ads helped pay for the postage, for the printing, for Woolworths to print these up. And you can see they all open up the same kind of format, and they're pretty cool. So just wanted to let you know about them. If you want to find out more about these particular series, it's in Paperback Parade number 104, which is right here. And if you want to find out anything about other particular series, check out Paperback Parade past issues, or check out my future videos on YouTube. Again, I'm Gary Lovisi, and this is Paperback Parade magazine, Gryphon Books. My website is www.gryphonbooks.com, GRYPHONBOOKS.com. Give me a thumbs up or a like, subscribe, and let us know what you think. And thanks a lot for taking a look. See you next time. Bye.